Goodies! I just fought off an eagle for a pack of Capri Suns! Ooh. Back, you birds, back! Ah, ah. They're mine! It's all mine! And refreshing, yeah! No, not you!
But before we begin, make sure to hit the subscribe button and download the free guided notes in the description box below. The guided notes and episodes have matching badges to indicate each section, so you can follow along with ease. Also, during each episode, underline any text that appears in red or a bold font to identify key words and concepts. It's the shopping list that your mom always forgot to take to the grocery store. Whoa!
Honey.
But hold up, Grammar Goodies. Before we start that little party, let's go ahead and open it up with a basket breaker.
Uh-oh.
This week's basket breaker question is, what's your favorite punctuation mark? I know you put something incredible down there, but I'm very biased with my answer. My answer is the semicolon. Shock! Because semicolons link together two independent clauses, and that makes me feel saucy. Hashtag semicolon swag. Now that I've sipped upon that semicolon swag, I think it's time for us to drink up some radioactive waste. Go, 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 go.
3, 2, 1.
Grammar Goodies, before we can dive into the 4 types of sentences, we need to go ahead and review exactly what makes up a sentence. So, Mr. Goodie Grammar, what's a sentence? Great question. A sentence is a group of words that express a complete thought. Also, complete sentences are made up of, ding, 2 things. The first thing being a subject, and the second thing being a predicate. That's a sentence. Here's an example of a complete sentence. General Grammar has the coolest episodes. Yeah, that's factual and an example of a complete sentence because it has a subject, General Grammar, and a predicate, has the coolest episodes. And it's a complete thought. Well, now that we've reviewed that, I think it's time we open our newest package. What could it be? Oh, you already have an inkling. It's types of sentences! Yeah!
Oh my gosh!
In English, there are 4 main types of sentences. The first one is declarative. The second one is, imperative. The third one is interrogative. And the fourth one is exclamatory. Yeah! Also, as a little side note, there are 3 punctuation marks with which to end a sentence. You can end a sentence using a period, exclamation point, or a question mark. Huh? The first type of sentence is a declarative sentence. As defined, a declarative sentence expresses an opinion or makes a statement. In fact, it makes a declaration. And it ends in a period. Example, that squirrel is following me. In this, it's a simple observation, a statement. I'm declaring that the squirrel is following me. So, it's a declarative sentence. Just leave me alone, squirrel. Example, he swam with megalodon sharks. Although this is a death-defying example, guess what? It's also a declarative sentence. It makes a statement. The next sentence type is an interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence asks a question. This type of sentence often begins with words like who, what, where, when, why, how, or do. And this type of sentence ends in a question mark. Because you want to question what's going on in this interrogative sentence. Example. Who sent you? Who do you work for? That gosh dang squirrel. Such a little critter always sneaking up on me. Who do you work for? These are examples of, no, not only just stalking, but also interrogative sentences. Because they ask questions. What? Example. Why do I always burn the pizza? Oh, help me. No, really help. This is a prime example of an interrogative sentence because it asks a question. Why do I always burn the pizza? Wah! The next sentence type is an imperative sentence. An imperative sentence is a sentence that makes a request or a demand. It usually ends in a period. However, it can end in an exclamation point under certain circumstances. Example, you need to leave me alone. This is an example of an imperative sentence because it makes a demand. You need to leave me alone. It's not saying, could you leave me alone? It's saying, leave me alone. And we can even amplify it still as an imperative sentence by adding an exclamation mark to the end to radicalize the drama. So we can rewrite it to be, you need to leave me alone. To have more emotion. Although it's the same sentence, by changing the punctuation mark at the end of each of the sentences, we can actually add more emphasis to it. But at its core, an imperative sentence, again, makes a demand or a request. The level of drama that you want to put onto it is all up to you, and whatever punctuation mark you want to put. A period keeps it casual, an exclamation point makes it, whoa, crazy! Example. Let's look at this first one. Please, take the train. In that example, it's a request. Someone is asking another person to take the train. And it ends with a period. A request is an imperative sentence. So, this is an example of one. I could also say this. Take the train and get on out of here. That right there, although it ends in an exclamation point, is an example of an imperative sentence because it makes a demand. Woo! Get your bags and get on out of here. Why? You're going to the big city. In the form of an imperative sentence. And the final sentence type to discuss is an exclamatory sentence. Whoa! An exclamatory sentence expresses intense emotions. Oh, will I love? Will I ever be loved? Also, an exclamatory sentence, whoa, ends in an exclamation point. Example, he is trying to overthrow me. Little does he know, I shall never be overthrown, for I am victorious in the grammar kingdom forever. I thought I was going to burp. This is an example of an exclamatory sentence because it ends in an exclamation point. And it expresses an intense emotion of fear, and paranoia, which oversaturates my life. Example. My life is descending into the dark abyss of the sea! Ah! You may be asking yourself, how is this an example of an exclamatory sentence? Well, it ends with an exclamation point, and it expresses the deep, dark emotions spiraling through my soul. But really, it's detrimental to my mental health. Whoa! Grammar goodies! I know you totally crushed it! And now, to see what you learned, I think it's time that I check you in the aisle. That's right, it's time for an aisle check.
Let's go.
For this week's aisle check, write an original sentence for each of the sentence types and post them into the comments section. That's right. You're going to write one declarative sentence, one imperative sentence, one interrogative sentence, and one exclamatory sentence to make 4 sentences all together. Whoa, it's like a butterfly on my fingers. Ah! And it flew away into the comments section where you are putting your sentences. So again, write an example sentence for each of the sentence types. What are you going to come up with? And while you're doing that, I guess it's time that we start checking out.
Can't get enough general grammar? Make sure to sign up on www.mrgoodiegrammar.com to become a grammar goodie. There, you'll receive extended episodes, guided notes, worksheets, PowerPoints, quizzes, and so much more. Also, follow us doing Wednesday live streams on Facebook, random dances on TikTok, and handing out grammar challenges on Instagram. With all these resources, you can't help but have the best time learning about English grammar. Whoa!
Whoa! Grammar goodies! What a crazy introduction to sentence types. My name is Mr. Goodie Grammar, and Capri Suns. And thanks so much for dropping by General Grammar. I'll see you next time, and comma in anytime. I'll see ya.